guys, welcome back and welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm also super excited. We are going to New York soon in about 2 weeks and I'm really looking forward to our trip. It's a family trip. I'm going to visit my sister there, and because of that I may be a little bit missing on YouTube. I don't know, I will try to pre-film as much as I can, but I may be gone for a while. But I will be very active on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, you should follow me there. You will get to know what I'm doing there in New York, etc, etc. I will of course try to vlog something, so you'll also see something here on YouTube. Anyways, let's go back to the video today. Today I'm going to do a review and comparison of two foundations. Now these are the two foundations. First one is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have been using this foundation for years now. I love this foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations, and I'm going to compare it with the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. This is a liquid whip long wear foundation. So yes, without much further ado, let's quickly get started with today's video. Okay guys, let's chat about these two foundations, the Too Faced Born This Way and the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. I will share my thoughts on both the foundations. I will do a demo on my face, and I will try to give you as much information as I can. The weather is kind of gloomy today, so we are filming in natural lighting. Hopefully the lighting is okay. So let's begin. So let me first talk about the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have been using it for a while now. It's been around 2-3 years now. I have been loving this. This is supposed to be a medium to full coverage foundation. This can give you a lot of coverage, pretty much full coverage if you want to. I have two shades in this foundation, honey and caramel. I have used honey for a very long time. If you are close to NC 42, 43, you can try out honey. I have also got the shade caramel because sometimes I do tan, and that time honey tends to get a little light on me, so I try to mix and match, or I use caramel most of the time. So this is a little bit on the deeper side. Now both of these foundations are neutral to golden undertone foundations, and they work out pretty well for my skin tone. They are not like very warm toned foundation. And before I proceed, I must stress here that I do have normal to dry skin. So for my skin type, this Too Faced Born This Way foundation is excellent. It's very good. We'll go into the features of the foundation in a bit. Okay, next we have the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. Why do I have two? Yes, I have two. I had originally purchased 4.05 warm. We'll go into the packaging a little bit later if that's what you're wondering. So 4.05 is supposed to be a warm toned foundation. This is called 4.05 warm. So if you're close to my skin tone, 43, NC 43, 44, then I would recommend this spectrum of shade. But the problem with the foundation, and which I'm really upset about, is that this foundation is just way too warm. I'll show it to you on my skin tone. Then you will understand that this is just way too warm. I don't know, something about the undertone of the Bounce foundation, especially in the deeper spectrum of like our skin tone spectrum. Although I think I tried 4 or 5 shades, they were all a little off. So I'm sorry to say that I don't have a perfect match from the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation, but this one is a close match. This is the shade 4.10. Now 4.10 has cool olive undertone. Yeah, who thought I would be a cool olive? But this one does suit my skin tone much better. So if you're close to my skin tone, I will recommend you to check out 4.10 if the undertone matches your skin tone. If you are very warm, then you can probably go for 4.05, but this is like very orange warm. And if you're a little bit lighter than me, if you're NC 42, 40 or 40, then I am afraid I don't think there is a perfect shade in the Beauty Blender foundation, because I tried 2 more shades which are lighter than this. They were just too light, and I'm pretty sure if a NC 42 wears those foundations, they will look ashy. So I am very disappointed with the shade range of the foundation. Especially for my kind of skin tone, the undertone is quite off, or maybe they need to add few more shades, or maybe they can add one more warm shade which is not this warm. So I'll show you everything. Let me tell you quickly about how much product you get. So this is the Born This Way foundation. You get 30 ml of product, 1 full ounce, and this is how the packaging looks like. I love the packaging. It's like a frosted glass bottle. You may have seen me using this foundation many times. I have used it a lot, and it has a pump. It is very sleek packaging. Love the packaging. And of course, on the other side we have this packaging. It's like a sci-fi movie packaging. This one obviously comes from the Beauty Blender company, so they have designed the foundation to be used with the Beauty Blender, and that's what we are going to do today. So you have sort of a tray, sort of a thing here, and the foundation comes out from here, and you have a locking mechanism right behind here. You pump over here, the foundation comes here. Take your Beauty Blender, dab, and go on over your face. Now I have used this foundation quite a lot in the past. I had this for 1.5 months. I have used it. I am over the packaging, honestly, yes, I am over the packaging. It's really cool, but my problem is that you cannot get like a half pump out of here, because if you get a half pump, the foundation tends to accumulate here, and that just drives me crazy. There's a small little notch over here where foundation tends to accumulate, so it's just this part always stays dirty. I would just prefer a regular pump foundation if I have to be totally honest. But I like the cool packaging and the concept. I like it, but I think personally I'm totally over it. Now price wise, there is not much difference. This one is $61 and this one is $60. So I'm talking about Singapore dollars, so it is not much difference. Shade wise, I think this one has around 35 shades, and I think the undertone of the shade range is a little bit better in the Too Faced one, and in the Beauty Blender Bounce one you have around 40 shades. But as I already said, that you have to go to the store and just apply the foundation on your face, go around the store, go outside of the mall, come back, and then you can decide. This is that sort of a foundation because it oxidizes as well. Doesn't really oxidize, as it settles down to a more deeper finish, so you do have to take care of everything. But the finish of this foundation is beautiful. I cannot stress that fact enough. It is such a beautiful foundation. If you find a shade match, you are going to love this foundation. And this one you will be able to use even if you have dry skin, combo skin. I think oily skin also will be able to use. It says it's a velveteen matte finish, but on the packaging it never says that it's a matte finish. It just says a velveteen finish, and maybe probably that's why it works great for me. And the finish of this one I have already spoken about many times on my channel. I love the finish of this. This one gives a more dewy finish, but not extra dewy, but a nice healthy glowy skin sort of a dewy. The velveteen matte finish in this one is not that dewy. It is more skin like, less dewier, but very natural skin like finish. Okay, enough talking. Let me show you the demo and then I will tell you more about the foundation. One interesting fact to note is that both of these foundations have very similar ingredients. Both are water-based foundations and both have the cyclopentasiloxane as the second ingredient, and the finish of both the foundations are very similar, just that the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation is a little bit more towards the matte side, but not completely matte. Okay, both the foundations have hyaluronic acid, so that's a great thing. And if I have to mention, oh yeah, the Too Faced one has coconut water and alpine rose in it as well. The alpine rose helps to brighten and boost skin radiance, and coconut water is obviously hydrating. And in this one you have antioxidant rich white birch extract and moisture boosting hyaluronic acid. So a lot of good ingredients in both the foundations. Love the finish of both the foundations. Now let me finally show you how both the foundations look like. Okay, so let me show you the Too Faced Honey first. I'll do Too Faced this side and Beauty Blender this side. Now this is Too Faced Honey. I will apply here. And there was a time when Too Faced Honey used to be my perfect match, but I think over the years I have tanned a bit. As I continue to live in sunny Singapore, I have tanned quite a bit. So sometimes honey is also like not a perfect for me. So I use caramel. Both have like caramel is a little bit more warmer, little bit more golden undertone I feel. And from the Beauty Blender side, let me show you this packaging. So pump out, unlock, unlock and pump out. So you get your product here. This is a 4.10. You can see that it matches really well at first, but this one will oxidize a bit. Honestly, I don't mind it, as in I am okay to wear a foundation which is a little bit dark. I don't mind it because I can mix and match my highlight and make it work. So you can see this one 4.05 warm. It is like orange. It's so warm. And this one is a little bit more cool toned. I think this one still is a good match, and this one is a good match. So I will show you 4.10 this side and caramel this side. Let me do the Beauty Blender side first. I will take a Beauty Blender, of course. Beauty Blender is one of my favorite sponges. I just love the sponge. Sometimes I mix in a little bit of 4.05 warm to just give a little bit of warmth to the foundation. It just blends so easily. Can you see? It just blends so easily. By the way, I did not use a primer, and I have already moisturized my face quite a bit. Look at the finish. It's just so beautiful. It's like a skin-like velvety finish. I will not apply anything on the neck now. You can see it will settle down to a little bit of a deeper shade, so you can see the difference. Okay, this side I will apply caramel. Okay, and this side also I will blend with the same Beauty Blender. Okay, so those are the two foundations blended. This one is the Too Faced Caramel side, and this one is the Beauty Blender 4.10 Cool Olive side. And I think both the sides, they just blend beautifully, and both the foundations look great on my skin tone. If I have to choose one, I think I'll still prefer the Beauty Blender side a little bit more. I think the shade match is a tad bit more accurate, but this one does settle down to a more deeper finish. So after a while, probably around 30 minutes or 1 hour or so, this one does tend to appear a little bit deeper. So that's my only concern with this side. Other than that, the finish and everything is just perfect. If I've highlighted my under eye area and everything, it's fine. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just wish that this was a little bit lighter so that when it's set, it would match my skin tone absolutely perfectly, because the undertone I think is great. And also for this side, I don't really have to set it with any sort of powder, because it's like completely set with a very slight matte sort of a finish, but it doesn't look matte. It gives a very skin-like finish. But this side, it doesn't completely set. This one also doesn't really oxidize much, doesn't change color or anything. This is what you will get. So I like that about this foundation, that it's not going to change color. And you do have to set this side a bit because it's more on the dewy side. It doesn't completely set. It stays a little bit, very slightly tacky. So you just have to set it with powder. I usually set it with a little bit powder. Sometimes I don't. Depends on my mood. But this is how both the foundations look like. I will just give you a little bit more close up. Look at the finish. It's just so beautiful, and it will give you a lot of coverage. The skin almost feels like very smooth and poreless. That sort of appearance you get with the Beauty Blender foundation. And this side also is like really nice and dewy if you are into that sort of look. So I love both sort of finishes, and the finishes are very close to each other. Okay, so I think now I will go ahead and apply my rest of the face makeup. Just a little bit of bronzer, blush. I will not do any kind of eye look today. I'll just do my brows, and I'll be just right back. I will not apply any powder also today, just to show you guys how the blush and the bronzer looks without the powder. So let me be right back. So yeah, this is my finished look. Very simple, nothing much today. This is the Too Faced side, and this is the Beauty Blender side. I think both sides look great. The Beauty Blender side has definitely oxidized a tad bit more. It has been around 10 minutes that I have applied the foundation, and I think this is the extent of oxidization. I don't think it will oxidize more than this, maybe just a bit more, but as you can see, I think it looks great. I mean, I will happily go around in this foundation shade. And the Too Faced side also, there is no such oxidization. The Too Faced doesn't oxidize on me. So I am actually really happy with both the foundations. Too Faced one, you obviously know, I have been loving for a while, but I'm really happy with the Beauty Blender foundation as well. I actually did not believe that it will work that well on my dry skin. Now if I have to recommend these foundations, I will recommend the Beauty Blender foundation for any type of skin type. I think most skin types will be able to use this foundation, but the Too Faced Born This Way foundation I will recommend for dry to combo skin. I don't think oily skin is going to like this foundation because it stays tacky and it has more of a dewy finish. So the Too Faced Born This Way I will recommend for dry to combo skin. And both the foundations wear beautifully on my skin throughout. I haven't faced any kind of break apart or clinging to dry patches or anything like that. It doesn't look cakey. I haven't faced any sort of issues with both the foundations. They have worn beautifully. I just love how they wear on my skin, and yeah, I have never faced any sort of issues with these two foundations. So I think that's it for my review and demo on the two foundations, the Too Faced Born This Way foundation and the Beauty Blender Bounce foundation. If you have any questions, then please drop them in the comment section below. Do let me know how you like this video, if it was helpful to you. If you want me to cover anything else in the future, then do let me know. Other than that, if you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.